morning. It's very early. And yeah, I need to get the snow off the car, off the window, so I at least can see something. Today, in today's video, I'm gonna do another try at dynoing the Mk1 all-wheel drive. And it's almost April, and yesterday it was sunny. It was actually pretty nice weather, and today it's been snowing. This is Norway for you. So I have a trailer. Now I need to go to the workshop and pick up the Golf. So it's almost 12 o'clock. I've delivered the car to the tuner, and of course I haven't filmed because people usually are not so keen to be filmed, not so comfortable. But I have some footage which I took on the phone, and so they have been like dialing in the car when I left. Now they have lunch, and they didn't need me to like hang over their shoulders, you know. I'm not really a big fan of being the guy. Just yeah, you know, when you work, you want to kind of be left alone, and they know what they're doing, so then they know a lot more than me, so they don't need me to kind of hang around. And today they told me they probably gonna continue on my car, and like they didn't have any numbers when I left. They're probably gonna start doing it today or continue tomorrow, and hopefully be able to get wheel alignment tomorrow also. And then if everything goes as planned, I can pick it up on Wednesday. Fingers crossed that the car survives this time. So, and I haven't been eating anything, so now it's time for breakfast. Wednesday, and it's early, not so early as last time, but we're gonna pick up the car now. And yeah, and the sky is so beautiful. I have to show you. So the car is now back in the workshop, and this time, how should I put it? Guess what? This time we had problems also as the previous time. When I left the car on Monday at the tuner around lunch, it seems like everything was okay with the car. There were stuff that they had to sort out, like the idling. It idled very high, and in general they just needed to kind of set up the ECU for the car, and it was idling pretty high, even though, you know, I have been using the throttle wire, like making it tighter to make the idle, to make the car capable of idling. But even though they tried to loosen up the cable, it's still idle pretty high. So this was kind of the thing that they were struggling with, or not struggling, but sorting out when I left on Monday. So after I got home, after a few hours, then I got this phone call from the tuner, and you know, I was thinking in my head, like, it's not a good sign that he's calling me just a few hours after I left, since they were planning to have the car for 2 days. He told me they had run into some problems, so they were not able to continue the dyno session, the tuning. It was two problems. The first problem was the heat. The engine, like, it didn't cool down. The temperature got too high to be able to continue. And he told me, the tuner, like on this radiator, there is like the coolant goes in here, the water goes into this one, then goes out to the one down there. And the top one, this one, was so warm when they touched it. It was like not glowing, but pretty close. But the bottom one was pretty cool. So the difference, it seems like the engine, like this setup, was clearly not able to cool down the water. So one of the solutions, what could be the problem, is like what I've come up with, and they kind of gave me some tips, was kind of 3 things. It could be the thermostat in the engine not opening properly, or maybe even not opening at all. And just noticed. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this. Yeah, the thermostat not opening properly could be the problem. Could be like this radiator is very, very old. It's quite old, and like it could be something, too much debris or stuff inside here, which kind of doesn't, like, the flow of the water is not enough. It's not good enough. That could also be the problem. Or it could be the water pump in the engine, which sits in the engine on the timing, what's it called? Timing belt? Yeah, could be this water pump also. What I'm gonna plan to start is to change the thermostat in the engine block. It's quite, if I remember correct, should not be so, yeah, it's not so difficult to get to. So I'm gonna change the thermostat, and I'm gonna try to get some, if it is some dirt inside here, some debris, something, I'm gonna try to get it out of the radiator. Could also be that the radiator is way too small for the engine, and you know, I have a really big intercooler in front of it and a really tiny radiator, and this fan is not so efficient, and I don't have like a cover. So yeah, could be a combination of all of this. So this was problem number 1. Now we're gonna talk about this guy. Problem number 2 is also kind of to do with heat. I talked about this in the previous video, which is that the brakes are still clamping on the brake pads. I thought I had solved it, but it seems like, well, I have the brake the brake master cylinder is from Audi A6 C7, if I remember correct. And this Audi has ABS system, and because now I run it like the I don't know how to call it, like directly from the brake master cylinder to the front brakes, and the brake calipers are not capable of like pushing back after you put the pressure to the brake pedal and then you release. Like the brake calipers it's like too small, kind of, so it doesn't have the pressure to push back a bit, so it has like constant pressure. The tuner said they didn't have video of this, but it was like smoke coming up from both sides, and would be cool to have a video of that. And the thing about the idle, it seems like this brake booster is like leaking some air, so that's why they plugged it off. And so this is the two problems they run into. The solution, like what I'm gonna try to do with this one, is to put, I'm gonna put back the GTI brake booster, which I should have in some of these boxes. I think it's that one. And I'm gonna put it back on, but I have to modify, I think I have to modify it a bit. I can't remember exact. And this kind of goes to why I put this brake master cylinder, which I have on now, which I have on the car now, Audi A6. It's just, I thought it was kind of practical, because I only wanted two outlets, one for the one in the front, brakes in the front, and one for the rear. And I didn't think about this, the problem I would potentially run into, like the one I run into now. Now they told me about it, it was like, yeah, of course, you know, learn by doing. Also, I feel as long as I have this car and making YouTube videos, I will kind of have content forever, because this is, you know, constantly making problems. This is it for today's video. Till next time, bye.